Welcome to Tamale's urban forest, a hidden gem in the heart of the city. This forest does not only provide haven for biodiversity, but also a powerful tool in the fight against climate change. Let's explore how this forest can reduce carbon emissions in the city.
We have 3 forest reserves in the Tamale township here, and as asked, the importance of these forest reserves here, one of them has to do with the fact that they serve as recreational grounds for people to go there. Churches go there to pray. People go there to have fun here and there.
However, increasing demand for land have led to encroachment threats. According to the Northern Region Manager of the Forest Services Division, Kusaal, this encroachment poses a challenge.
Because the forest is in the middle of town, it looks as if everybody is interested in the land. Because it's almost the land available for building has become a bit limited, and so everybody is trying as much as possible to find a way to encroach, and so that has been a major challenge. We always every now and then have to be driving people away from there. People who want to put kiosks, people who want to erect structures within the forest reserve. That has been a major. The other thing, the challenge that I can talk about is that of those who dispose of refuse inside the forest reserve. It's something that has been a major challenge in that our officers work during the day, and so these things happen in the night or early mornings, and so it becomes a challenge trying to control those people that try to dump refuge into the forest reserve. One other thing that I can talk about is the annual bushfires. Bushfires has been a major cause of damage to our forest resources in this part of the country. The ones we are those ones that we are planting, and the ones that have the natural ones.
Trees are incredibly efficient at absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This process, known as carbon sequestration, removes excess carbon from the atmosphere, slowing global warming. According to various sources, including the United States Environmental Protection Agency, a mature forest with about 10,000 trees can absorb around 500 tons of carbon dioxide annually, equivalent to taking 100 cars off the road for a year. However, this number can vary greatly depending on factors like tree species, age, size, and location. An environmental physicist at the University of Energy and Natural Resources.
They also play a very major role in regulating the temperatures, especially within the urban setting. We all know how with these urban settings are characterized by materials that are able to really absorb a lot of heat and emit, thereby increasing the temperatures as compared to those in the rural setting. So when these trees are there through evapotranspiration, they are also able to help cool the atmosphere that will be within the urban environment, and through that it will relieve us from these thermal discomfort or these heat stress.
Dr. Mensah emphasizes the crucial role urban forests play in purifying the air by removing harmful pollutants that would otherwise linger in the atmosphere.
Also, these urban forests are able to also help play a major role when it comes to the public health, in the sense that they help to filter out pollutants that would have stayed in the atmosphere of these urban settings for a long time by absorbing most of these particulate matters and even ozone. They are able to help reduce its concentration within the atmosphere, thereby enhancing some of these respiratory or cardiovascular diseases that many inhabitants within the cities would have also been affected by. And so there is a need for us to really protect these urban settings and make sure that we are doing our possible best to also protect these urban forests. And also, as we also protect these urban forests, they also even help in preserving or conserving some of these tree and animal species that are actually going into extinct.
So I think if the traditional leaders, they don't sell this forest out for people to build houses, and it's been preserved, more trees being built inside, it will give us more shades and also protect the indigenes around their community and the country as a whole.
That's why some residents are calling for a collective effort to monitor and report any trace. The Vice President of the Northern Regional Youth Network, Abukari Mohammed, is among residents who acknowledge the crucial role the forest plays in combating climate change.
Chiefs, stakeholders, students should come together to formulate a policy, a law, to be able to protect this forest. We have instances whereby it is being sold to individuals and public people or private people. So a law has to be as a custodian law within the Tamale, to be able to complement the national law, so that whoever buys this particular plot of land are not going to be allowed to construct anything under this particular place.
Abukari is not alone. Speaker of the Northern Regional Youth Parliament, Musa Timtoni, also knows that the destruction of forests and trees in the area has already led to noticeable consequences.
3 years ago, we need to have rains around April, May, thereabouts. But these past years, we waited for so long for the rains, but they never came. So this simply tells us that there is a change in the rain patterns, and we need to critically look at the environment and ask ourselves why such occurrences. Simply, we have that changes, or those changes, because of the fact that we keep on felling trees, we keep on destroying our forests.
Our camera captured a midwife parking her car under the forest shade after dropping off her child at school. Abigail Nso expresses discontent with the current state of the forest.
I think this forest is very important and relevant to us. As you can see, I just drove and parked here after dropping my boy in school to take some air, the shades here. So I think the way we are managing the forests, if the government or the community can do something about it, defecating around the bushes here will not serve us any good purpose.
Honestly, I live at Gombini. I've been living here, this neighborhood, all my life. And actually, this is where that we used to go and have fun and play growing up. So it's very, very important for this forest to be preserved. So this is not a land-based forest. That's a highly ecosystem.
The Northern Region Manager for the Forest Service Division acknowledges that the division cannot single-handedly safeguard the forest.
Thank you. In fact, Forestry Commission over the years have come to the realization that we alone wouldn't be able to protect or manage the forest reserve, and so we are doing that collaborative forest management. And when we say that, we mean that we need the support of community members, individuals, to protect and also manage the forest reserve. For instance, if you want to establish plantations within the forest reserves, we cannot do it alone. Always we involve communities to help us to plant trees and take care of them, to nurture them to grow into maturity. And so communities and individuals play critical roles in protecting these forests. The other thing that I can talk about is the fact that if you want to protect a forest reserve, one other thing that one has to do is involvement of community living close by the forest reserves, in that they are supposed to be watchdogs. They will be helping us with information, so that at every point in time, should anybody enters the forest reserve to do things that go contrary to the law, they report. And at times they have watchdog committees who serve as helping us in protecting these reserves.
We have to have integrated planning and make sure that we are able to plan very well, especially when it comes to these urban developments. We have to have ways that we integrate these green spaces and urban forests within our way of development, so that we don't only make sure that we just degrade the forest and then we have nowhere to go to cool off.
By preserving these forests, the people of Tamale can contribute to creating a healthier environment for everyone, ultimately playing a vital role in mitigating the global climate crisis. Reports by Nurudeen.